And 6 more people have died with the coronavirus in Victoria. The daily toll is a record and comes despite new cases today falling to 300. 3 of the deaths were people in their 80s, while 3 were in their 90s. 2 are linked to aged care homes. Victoria's Chief Health Officer, Brett Sutton, says while elderly people make up the majority of the state's 55 deaths, young people are also at risk.
It is focused in those who are most vulnerable, and we have seen the very elderly who've died, especially in the last week. But with large numbers of cases, there are a number of other people, younger individuals who are hospitalised, and they are at risk of serious illness as well. And some of those people who are in intensive care and on ventilators are younger individuals. So that's an absolute tragedy. And of course, we're working in whatever way we can to drive those numbers down.
On Wednesday, there were almost 500 new cases in the Australian state, but the Premier, Daniel Andrews, says it's too soon to get excited about today's drop to 300.
I think it's best that we simply note that number is a lower number than it was yesterday. But again, no one should be, I think, moving towards trying to provide definitive commentary that we've turned corners or we're at a peak or any of that. Ultimately, it's in our hands, all of us.
Daniel Andrews also spoke about people dodging health officials when they're called about testing positive. He says some can be hard to reach via telephone, and Defence Force personnel are being sent to the state to knock on people's doors. He says if they're not at home, they're almost certainly going to be punished. The Victorian Police issued 101 fines yesterday, and the state's Police Minister, Lisa Neville, says more will come should people be blasé when they test positive.
We need everyone. People must follow the rules. This is what is going to make a difference. If you're not following the rules, you've got to ask yourself, why? What am I contributing to this? Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to get through an unrestricted area into an unrestricted area? What good does that do any other Victorian?
Meanwhile, there were only 7 new cases in New South Wales, despite officials carrying out a record number of tests.